So actually, that is the situation that we are dealing when handling tawas. It's not just only an emotional and
Mm.
mental, because remember, no, on the belief of the encanto and other magical and supernatural thing, it is the spiritual. It is part of the spirit.
Mm.
No, pero if you go to even though we know that we cannot see the spirit, but the spirit could also could affect the body. No, in medical terminology, that is called down na psychosomatic or mind and body reactions. No, so this is where I believe, no, the matter of the spirit affects the body, since the number one reason is our body is just a body, it's just a vessel,
Mm.
no, and the one that make us move, the one that make us talk and think and feel is the spirit. So every one of us has a spirit. So when our spirit left our body, the body becomes a cadaver or a corpse, and the spirit goes to the other side of the world or go back to the divine that
So that's
creates us.
situations of the comatose.
Even on the situation of the comatose, and when we are going to talk about that, no, during the first lessons, we need to explain that what happened to a person when he is a comatose. Remember, di ba, on the vital signs of life, there is the earth, air, fire, water, and the spirit. So these five elements also corresponds to the vital signs of life, which is the blood pressure, temperature, respiration, pulse rate, and the consciousness or awareness. And the person who suffer from comatose, probably all of the vital signs such as the blood pressure, uh, pulse rate, temperature, and respiration, it is present. But what is absent within the body of man is his consciousness or his spirit. Even the person that is crazy, no, the baliw,
Mm.
we can see that their body is okay, their everything, no, their vital sense is okay. They can breathe, their blood pressure, their pulse rate, their temperature is okay. But the problem with them is that their mind is not within them.
Mm.
They do different things, no? They are not in their right mind or right frame of mind, or yung tinatawag natin in Tagalog as katinuan. So, where do go, no? So the process of hilot or the process of tawas is reviving or retrieving the mind back in their order.
Mm.
We have a discussion long time ago.
And looking for the root of the specific problem.
Yeah. You mentioned that if the soul, do you remember, there is a case that we have na if the soul wander, because in Philippine mythology, um, especially in Mindanao, there is Busaw. Do you
Mm.
know Busaw? I don't know, Lokayo, if comment down below if you have encountered the term Busaw.
Busabihan.
No, not Busaw pala. Pooy.
Apo.
If you have encountered Pooy, do you know? Do you remember Pooy?
Mm.
So Pooy is a soul eater. It is a soul eater, no? So, according to the Mindanao myth, no, we have seven souls. So, we are going to discuss that, no, the seven souls of man. And every night, our souls wander out. That's why we have dreams.
Mm.
But sometimes, uh, when our souls get afraid, it hides, no? When we are afraid, our souls move out of our body. That's why we have that usog, no? Usog. But sometimes during nighttime, when our soul encountered the pooy, uh, that person will get sick, no? And most worst of all, uh, the person will die. So that is the reason of bangungot, no? Bangungot. During the bangungot, according to the myth, the soul encountered pooy or the soul eating demon. So if that happened, sometimes it's not totally dead, but only comatose. No, they will just be sleeping, but they're still alive, but they will not wake up.
Like Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, it's like a sleeping beauty. Pero you have mentioned that if one of the soul get lost, can it be replaced?
Retrieve.
Or no, lost talaga.
Okay.
Kasi no, what I mean lost, no, it's not lost, no.
If Pooy
Um,
eaten,
if the pooy eaten that soul, can it be replaced? Kasi
yes.
if lost, we can retrieve. Pero if eaten or killed, can it be lost? Yes,
Based on
your
my
answer is
research,
yes.
yes, they can add up or get some spirit based on the research on the Philippine myth to replace the lost soul. They get some part of the soul in the animals, in the big animals.
Yeah, we have a debate about that, no? I don't know. For me, I don't agree with that. Pero according to the traditions of our ancestors, yeah, that's the reason why they are making a ritual sacrifices or the atang,
Mm.
diba? Atang for the
But in my
soul.
in my realization, maybe the reason why they uh, think that we can get some soul from the animals because human is also part of there's a part of animal inside. What
It
they call it, animal instinct or
it can
animal.
be, it can
Yeah.
be. I have an explanation. I have an explanation. So wait for this. But let us finish Lakay's
So
explanation.
that's my parang realization. So they don't want to get from the living person because the issue is lacking of spirit. So if you get the soul from that person, so it means that person is lack of the soul na. So that's why they can get it in the animals.
Okay. Actually, what you have mentioned is okay. It can be,
Sa aswang style.
but no. I agree with that if we are going to pattern it to the mindset of our ancestor. But in modern time, I will disagree. You know why? Okay, soul is a spirit. It cannot be seen. It can be felt, no? Soul is an energy, no? It is an energy, a pure energy. And as an energy, we are not created and we cannot be destroyed, but it can change form, no? So according to the myth, a lost soul eaten by a pooy will be dead, no? It will result to death, or it will result into comatose, no? A loss of consciousness. Remember the law of energy, that energy is not created nor cannot be destroyed, but it can only change form. So when the soul been eaten by the pooy, the soul become pooy
Mhm.
because the pooy transformed the soul to become
Part of him.
part of him. So in order to retrieve the soul or to return back the soul, you have to treat the pooy.
Mm.
You have to transform the pooy back into the original form. And the animal sacrifices
Mm.
is the cure for the pooy to be transformed. Remember, in our theology class, in our spirituality class, no, indigenous spirituality class, we have taught about the different reasons why people make offering
Mm.
to the, diba? So there are form of atang, no? I don't know if I mentioned that to everyone already about the atang. Diba? We do atang on many aspects, no? So if we give atang using money, who are you offering with? If you give money as atang, siyempre tao.
Mm.
The spirit cannot use that money, no? The spirit could not use that money. So if you make atang of food, who are you offering?
Animals, insects,
And then ancestors,
human.
no? Ancestors. If you make offering of candle, flowers, it's the elemental, no? Water or candle, incense. So you are giving ano. Pero if you make an offering of blood sacrifices, you are making offering to a demon in Kanto. Because the demon, no, according to our belief, they are humanoids. They are half human, half animal, or half of the elements. Okay, pertaining to that, if human being has the complete five elements, the demons probably two or three elements only. So they lack other element. So when you give offering of blood, they are eating it so that they might feel complete. So when they are complete, you can transform them. You can you can form that demon, or what do you call that? You do not you don't really extinguish because they are energy. So you are just transforming them into good. No, it is like the story of I don't know if you remember the Cherokee story that tells that there
The
is
demons.
battle within us. It's the battle of the two wolves. No, I don't know if you heard about this. And
Mhm.
the grandfather and the grandson are talking, communicating, and the grandson said, "Who will win?" Then the grandfather said, "It depends whom do you feed." So there are two wolves. So for you, who are you going to feed in order to win to make victory or the battle? Probably you will said, "I will feed the good wolf." Diba? Good wolf. But on my internalization and realization, if you feed the bad wolf, if you feed the bad wolf, it doesn't mean that bad wolf will win. If you feed the bad wolf, it only makes him become good as well. And if you neglect feeding the good wolf, that good wolf will become hungry and
It
it will
turns
transform into
bad
a
one.
bad wolf. So, in order to win this battle, you have to feed both. And by feeding them both, they will become good and it will serve you. So, this is also the same reason because we are discussing about mythology that the souls wander when we sleep.
You can
And
ask her,
do you know about
Pooy,
Pooy? Do you a mythological creature called Pooy?
soul
Soul
eater.
eater.
Yeah, no, I don't think I do, or I know it from a different name. Yeah, anong pooy?
Pooy is a demon that eats the soul of a person. Kasi when we have seven souls. No, siguro later on on our regular lesson we are going to discuss about the seven souls of men. And according to the Mamanwa tribe, we have seven souls, and they believe that when we are sleeping, our souls wander around. That's why we have dreams. And when we have experienced nightmare or bangungot, it means our soul has encountered has encountered that demon Pooy, the soul eater. So if you if the person did not wake up, it means the soul has been eaten. So either you're just a comatose or totally dead. So in some tradition, I asked Lakay if a soul is eaten by the
Oo.
pooy, can we replace the soul with a new one? Kasi we have batakdungan. We can retrieve the soul. Even the Native American can retrieve the soul of the wandering soul. Pero if it is eaten, can we replace and make a new soul for that person? And like I have said, ano,
In some traditions.
in some traditions, they replace the soul with the soul of the animal because people has animalistic instinct. So what kind of animal are you? A lizard? Me, a
I'm a
monkey.
carabao.
Diba? So for me,
I'm a cat.
diba? So it's nice that we have a cat here. So so for me, uh, I disagree. I said I disagree on that. We cannot replace the soul with the soul of the animal because the animal soul is unique for them, and it won't fit to the vibration of our body. And to remind that, probably that is the mind of our ancestors, no? Pero that's the reason why probably their thinking is they are replacing the soul with the soul of the animal by making an animal sacrifices, no?
Mm.
Pero what they didn't realize that the animal sacrifice is made just for Atang. Why? Soul is a spirit, no? And spirit is a form of energy.
Mhm.
Energy, according to the definition of science, is not created nor can be destroyed, but it can be transformed. It can
Change
change
form.
form. So if your soul been eaten by pooy, it doesn't mean that your soul become extinguished or lost, no? But your soul become part of that demon of
Mhm.
pooy. So your soul become pooy already. If you want to retrieve or to retrieve the soul, what you are going to do is to transform that pooy back into your soul so that you can
Yes.
Mm.
and that's
Yes,
the
that's what I
reason,
believe too. Yes, yes.
yeah, and that's the reason why we make atang and offering of different kinds.